people keep saying in a plethora of channels and comments and commentary, they keep saying these writers don't know how to write, or they like I'll see it in the comments section. I'm like, I can't believe these writers write in this way. This is so dumb. Like, this doesn't make any sense. You're right. You're not wrong there. It is dumb. It doesn't make sense. But we need to stop calling these people writers. They're not writers. You could call them activists. You can call them agents of propaganda. You can call them, I like to, here's my term, art saboteurs. They're saboteurs. They are sabotaging art and entertainment. And thus they are sabotaging culture. They are sabotaging what is good, what keeps our culture intact by way of art, by way of sophisticated storytelling, by way of the hero's journey, by the way of something symphonic, like a symphony orchestra. Yes, there are detractors of things like melody, harmony, rhythm, consonance, dissonance, dichotomies, contrast, visual, complementary colors. There are agents, there are detractors that are normalizing the absurd. If you do not know how to write the absurd in something like speculative fiction, you're only writing nonsense for nonsense sake. People want to normalize nonsense. That's the whole point of things like Rings of Power. These guys are not writers. One of the complaints for the Rings of Power, is it showrunners or writers, is they have no credentials. They have no discography. They have no work experience. I don't know if it was the showrunners or the writers themselves. Whatever the case is, they don't know how to write because they're not writers. People need to really be very specific about that kind of language. Don't call them writers. They are saboteurs. They are art saboteurs. They're not writers. They're not filmmakers. Okay, I will say they know how to make a scene work, make it look like a scene. But it's really a facade of what should be. So when people say, wow, I can't believe that made it in the writing. I can't believe that was green lit. It's like, of course it's going to be green lit. They are artists of nonsense. They know how to create nonsense, to normalize nonsense, and to get a reaction. They're not real writers. They're agents of nonsense and absurdity. And people need to understand that. Back 4 to 5 years ago with The Last Jedi, it was nihilism dressed up in a multi-million-dollar pretty package. I thought that was going to be the last of it. Turns out I was wrong. Turns out we've got things like Rings of Power. So, just for your own sanity, when you hear or when you want to say these writers don't know how to write, these are bad writers, they're not writers at all. They're not aspiring writers. They're not even bad writers or mediocre writers. They're not writers at all.